blow to the back of my head, fell to the ground.
An after-school attack.
You were picking on him. It's not an answer.
Yes, ma'am.
I hit him inside of his head.
Why?
They just don't like you guys.
I'm surprised that your parents like you.
Are these teens being raised to be bullies?
I thought he did was wrong, but he was punched for no reason out of the blue by your son.
Judge Judy.
Don't try to make any excuse for what he did. I'm not making. Perfect. Then you can sit down.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy. 17-year-old Ryan McClain and his uncle Paul Gilbert are suing 18-year-old Ricky Myers and 17-year-old Donald Gonzalez. Ryan says the two boys jumped him and stole his headphones.
All rise today. Guys, this is case number 431 on the calendar in the matter of McClain, Gilbert versus Meyer, Gonzalez. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat.
What is your last name, sir?
McClain.
And your first name?
Ryan.
You're his?
I'm his uncle and legal guardian.
You can have a seat because you're really not involved with this other than being his legal guardian. Suffice it to say that you came home from work one day and you found him sitting in his room and crying and asked him what happened, and he told you that he had been robbed and assaulted. He was holding his ear. His ear was really red and inflamed. He had been robbed and assaulted by these two gentlemen.
Yes.
Who is Mr. Gonzalez?
I'm Mr. Gonzalez.
And Mr. Meyer. They have interesting stories, and I'm prepared to hear your version of the events. In any event, you want compensation for your nephew for the assault and for the headphones that were stolen. So why don't you tell me what happened, Ryan? I want you to look at me.
I was walking home from the video store on March 16th. I noticed that I was being followed by Mr. Gonzalez and decided just to try to ignore him and keep walking.
Why, had you had trouble with him in the past?
Yes. During junior high, he and I had gotten into fights on several occasions, and then a few weeks prior to that day, he had followed me before when I was walking home and threatened me and the like. So I just figured I'd try to avoid him, try to get home. He then finally caught up with me and just started saying, just threatening, I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, I want you to tell me exactly what he said to you, sir.
It was just, hey, I'm going to kick your ass. Why don't you fight me? Fight me right now. I had my CD player and my headphones on at the time, and I had taken them off. And he kept on saying, give me your headphones or I'm going to kick your ass. So finally I just gave them to him to avoid getting beaten up.
When you gave him the headphones, did he leave with you?
No, he kept walking alongside me.
With you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I came to the corner and noticed Mr. Meyer rounding the corner towards me. At what point I just went up to him and said, God, you don't want to kick my ass too, do you? And he just said no. And then at what point both of the boys got behind me a little bit, and then I felt a blow to the back of my head and my ear. Basically fell to the ground, fell to my knees. Then I felt something else hit me in the back, and at what point both of them, I guess, ran off.
Okay. Not you.
Okay. Me? Okay. I was on my way to Ricky's house and I seen Ryan, and the reason I went is because back in junior high, he chased me down the street with a golf club.
How long ago was that, sir?
Back in junior high, which is probably about 4 years ago.
Okay, so 4 years ago we chased you. When he was how old?
I don't know.
12.
In junior high, probably about.
How old are you now?
I am 17 right now.
So say he was 12 or 13. Okay, so 4 years ago. You remember that. He chased you with a golf club.
A golf club. He was
Okay,
me with
so
it.
keep going.
And then all I was have to do was pick on him, pretty much.
What?
Pick on him.
I didn't understand what you said.
Sorry. But
I got finished with the golf club. Then all you had to do was...
no. Okay, I had seen him, and then
You said something about picking on him. Who was picking on you?
me.
You were picking on him.
Because I remembered when he chased me down the street with the golf club.
Please.
So
4 years ago.
4 years ago, right.
Who was his parent?
My mother's not here today.
Parents not here.
Who's he with him?
I am.
Who are you?
His mother.
How old is he?
17.
You have permission to appear with him?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Go ahead. I wondered why his mother, nobody was here for him. Now I am beginning to understand. Go ahead.
I noticed he had his headphones on and I said something, they look nice or something. He yanked them off and said, here, just don't beat me up. So I accepted it.
Now your turn.
Okay, the day of the incident, I was not there for the headphones, whatever happened at that time. I did hit Ryan once. Huh?
Why?
Oh, because conflicts between me and him for years and years.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Okay. Where did you hit him?
I hit him inside of his head.
He didn't hit you.
No.
Did you know that your friend Donald had taken his headphones?
I knew when I showed up there, yeah.
And how did you know that Donald
Showed
had
them.
taken his headphones?
He showed them to me.
And when he showed them to you, did he go, or did he say something?
Ricky, look at these headphones that I got from Ryan.
And is that before or after you hit Ryan in the back of the head?
This was before I hit Ryan.
So what prompted you at that moment to hit Ryan in the back of the head?
Because in junior high, a long time ago, I got beat up by lots of kids, got jumped by lots of kids, made fun of by him, and, just got beat up by lots of kids at school.
What does that have to do with him?
I don't know. I just don't like the guy. I don't know.
Just because you don't I don't like you, and I wouldn't hit you.
No. But,
Believe me, I don't like you.
okay.
I'm surprised that your parents like you. If you can give me that kind of an answer. You hit somebody and you don't know why, you punch them in the back of the head, you punch them in the ear so that you hurt them, and you can't give me a reason why. I don't know. If you're my child, I might love you, but that doesn't mean I would like you. I would be humiliated if you were my child.
Well, if you heard some of the things that he said, if he was your child, you'd be...
Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
When you get to your-
never said to me that he beat you up, so don't
never
stop
did.
making it up now.
He did.
You said he called you names. He teased you. That's
called
not
me.
hitting you.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why don't you follow my words? Did you plead guilty?
Yeah.
It's not an answer. Did you plead guilty?
ma'am.
Cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Ryan McClain says schoolmates Ricky Myers and Donald Gonzalez beat him up and stole his headphones.
Now you can step up. You want to say anything?
Yeah, I will.
Sure. Sure.
We've had problems with Ryan in the past, and Ricky too. I'm not saying that Ricky's totally innocent because he's not.
Don't try to make any excuse
I'm not.
for what he did.
I'm not. What he did was wrong. I admit it was wrong. It was not handled right. But also, after the incident that Ryan was so distraught about, walked past our house twice right after the incident. There's no reason for him to even go that way. It's actually out of his way.
Yes.
You know.
And he walked past your house and what?
Well, walked
Threw a
right
brick
past.
in your window?
Well, no, but he's emotionally distressed. You think he'd want to avoid our house, avoid walking by our house, avoid being around the boys.
What does that have to do? Let me ask you this question, madam. What does that have to do with anything?
Because he's emotional. The papers say he's suing for emotional distress.
He was punched for no reason out of the blue by your son and injured for absolutely no
Yeah,
reason.
and my son was put up with a lot from him. He vandalized. My husband caught him and another child vandalizing a home and put my son's name on the walls.
Let me explain something to you, madam. I'm not interested in what happened 4 years ago. Not interested. Something is mentally wrong with your son and his friend who he was going to meet up with that day. If because 4 years ago they had problems with this young man, they chose March 16th, 2003 to vent their anger. He by picking on him, because that's what Genius over here says that he did. And your son by punching him, unprecipitated by any action on his part. So if you're going to make any excuses, you're doing your son a total disservice.
I'm not making.
Perfect, then you can sit down. I see your medical bill, please.
I have no medical bills for this, Your Honor. His injuries were, there is a photograph there. The ear was badly swollen. There was some pain. He was very, very, very shook up
Okay.
at the time, and he just wanted to calm down, so we did a cold compress and some.
All right, fine. I got it. You did not have any long-term injury or any
No.
long-term effect from this unprecipitated assault.
Right. It's more of he had to change his habits of going out in his own neighborhood now.
Well,
And
listen, idiot 1 and idiot 2 over here are not going to be any trouble to him anymore because idiot 2 was convicted
correct.
of theft.
Actually,
Idiot 2 was convicted of theft, not robbery, of theft. You pled guilty, did you not?
can I say?
Did you plead guilty? Look at me. I want you to follow my words.
Okay.
Did you plead guilty?
Yeah.
It's not an answer. Did you plead
Yes,
guilty?
ma'am.
Oh.
Sure, Your Honor.
And when you pled guilty, your attorney was able to get you what they call an adjournment and contemplation of dismissal, which means if you keep your nose clean and don't do anything else stupid, when you're 18 years old, it will be expunged from your record. Is that a fair statement of what happened?
Right.
That means you pled guilty to
Right.
taking property that didn't belong to you.
Yeah.
Now, this one over here who gave you up, right? The police came and you gave him up, right? Oh, sure you did. Do you know why he wasn't arrested? Because
I
he
have
gave you
no
up to
idea.
the police.
Okay. Can I?
Just thought you'd like to know that.
That's not what the detectives told me.
Right. Because, well, you assaulted him.
No,
You hit him for no reason. So why do you think you weren't arrested?
I don't know why.
I don't know. Wonder why.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today's Real People, Judge Judy. 17-year-old Brian McClain says schoolmates Ricky Myers and Donald Gonzalez beat him up and stole his headphones.
I honestly believe, based upon what both of them tell me, but both teams tell me, that he threatened him and therefore he turned over the earphones, which is a robbery. He had nothing to do with the robbery. His was just a gratuitous assault. The gratuitous assault is going to cost you $1,000. Nothing for you. You have a record. Now the world knows that you're a thief.
Thank you.
That's your punishment. As far as you're concerned, you had absolutely no basis to put your hands on him.
No.
None. None. And that's going to cost you $1,000. That's all.
You shouldn't even have to walk past their house in his own neighborhood. Come on, I mean, what kind of Neanderthal brain is that? Hello?
He runs his mouth, says racial slurs that I've never said to people. Therefore, I get beat up for it.
I think to look at me, it should be clear that I'm not very capable of being a bully.
I was up to get him back, and all that happened.
They've always singled me out. It started in, junior high. Because I'm the skinny, weird punk kid.
A human being's like a rubber band. You can only be stretched so far before you snap.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Dunn versus Delaney. Step forward, please.
25